Time now 8:17. Spring break travel is almost over, but that means we're getting ready for that summer travel. It's just around the corner. Right now, I am joined by Janet McLaughlin, the president at Provident Travel Advisor with AAA, to talk about adventure travel. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Andrea, for having me.
Okay, tell us a little bit about adventure travel. It's kind of self-explanatory, but you all are seeing particular trends with this kind of travel.
Absolutely, we are. And you know, I think the whole trend really exploded after 2020. You know, I think most of us were tired of being cooped up in our homes, and now we just want to go out and we want to explore, and we want to explore the world. So whether it's grizzly bear viewing in Alaska or a safari to Africa, biking and hiking in Tuscany, Italy, that's what people are doing. They're looking for that unique experience that they weren't maybe able to do last year or the year before.
And a lot of the times, especially on social media, you see people paired with tour guides who are assisting them as they complete all these adventures, and they're having, you know, just the time of their lives. But you want to do it in a safe way.
Yes.
And a lot of the times people don't even know where to start when it comes to booking something like that.
Well, you know, and you make a great point with tour guides, because I think in the past, group travel, even though it's still popular, what is happening now are people want that personal experience that they can get with a tour guide. So whether it's walking the streets of Florence or taking a tour of Alaska, they want to have that experience, that cultural experience, on a one-on-one with that tour guide.
Because you get a little bit of education as well when you're visiting these, you know, different countries or even different portions of ours. And of course, we want to travel in a very safe way, especially when it comes to traveling abroad.
Yes.
So tell us about some of the safety measures we should be mindful of when we are booking travel.
Well, number one, I think it's always good to work with an advisor. We have 3 offices here in Cincinnati, one in Montgomery, one in Hyde Park, and then of course we have our website at providenttravel.com. So we can definitely help you with that. When it comes to safety measures, doing a private tour, I think, is the way to go. Many people now are using that as their bubble. So they're taking their family members, their close friends, and they're experiencing travel in an educative way, as you mentioned, but in a smaller group setting.
I do have to ask you a question really quickly. We're almost out of time, but I've noticed a lot of people, especially on social media, they're using a particular tab on Airbnb called Airbnb Experience. And so if you are traveling abroad, you can click that button and you can book cultural experiences. So if you are going to Italy, for example, you can take a pasta making class.
Yes.
And it is Airbnb approved. Do you suggest people use those kinds of resources?
Well, now we have our own resources. And yes, we do have apps that are available for that.
See, that is good to know.
It is, and because cultural experiences like a cooking class, for example, or touring the Sistine Chapel, these are things that can be done, but should be really done ahead of time, especially this year, because there's been such a pent-up demand for travel, much more so even than in 2021.
Right.
So because of that, the apps are helpful, but you really need to plan ahead.
And book early.
Absolutely.
Because they are filling out.
They are.
Thank you so much for being here. We really
Thank
appreciate it.
you for having me.
And we will be back with more after the break. Stick around.